Hi, my name is Jacob Rockwitz. This is a demo of the underscore config module. It's a very simple module. It just makes it easier to keep custom config within your custom modules. This is a common pattern that people have been doing in Drupal for many years. Something that's changed is in Drupal 8, YAML has been added to Drupal, and with the config management system, it's kind of become standard to store things in a config directory. In this case, we're calling it an underscore config directory because it's a private directory for a custom module. The API is very simple. It's well documented on the main page. It's pretty much an underscore config function that will look up files. I'm going to jump over to my IDE because I think it helps to show what's going on. This is the underscore config directory. Inside, you have to namespace your config files with the module name first, and inside this file is message hello. And you would just literally call it by calling, I can actually just type it here, underscore config. In this case, because it's the underscore config module, that's a slightly confusing. You say example, and then you could say message, and it will pull the hello value. It's a very quick example. And what I wanted to show you is that the module comes with an example module that shows you a bunch of possibilities. And that's all it is for. And I'm going to open up the module, and I'm going to walk you through the hooks. There's 4 hooks in here. And the first hook is hook help. And what hook help is doing is looking at the route name and pulling in custom help text that's been exported into an underscore config file. I'm going to widen this up, and I'm going to show it to you on the site. So right now there's 2 helps. So there's to the node add page, please select a content type. If I go over to my site, my example site, and I click shortcuts, add content, you're going to see please select a content type. And then when I click through on a content type like a basic page, you're going to see the default description being displayed, and that also has been written out. It's just a nice way, so all the strings have been extracted and the business logic is staying in the module and the hook help. It just makes it possible to add a lot of help to the site and have it well structured. Another example, and I've used it a lot, is for form alters. And the first one is altering the user form and adding descriptions to the roles. This is something I found on large-scale sites with a lot of roles. It just helps to have descriptions. And I'll show you the output of this, and then I'll show you the YAML file. If I go into my account that I'm logged in and I say edit profile, and I scroll down to the roles, all it's doing is very simply adding some descriptions after each role. And it just helps people understand what's going on, especially when you have more than 5 or 6 roles. This can help explain who the role is appropriate for. Instead of showing you the business model, I'm just going to show you the file, because this is really about getting the strings of text into a well-organized system, which is YAML, and here's the descriptions, and here's each description listed out. And what's great about YAML is these files can be handed off to content editors. They can edit them, and you can put them back in and move on. And you don't have to create a whole UI for all this information, which is something that's great about custom modules, is you don't have to build UIs for this type of information. Going back, I'm going to close out that tab, and scrolling down through, there's another 2 examples. You can do also form alters become possible. The example of this form alter, which I'll actually show you to you before I jump over, is to the search block. I'm adding a placeholder. All I'm doing is updating the keys input, setting a placeholder attribute, and that's actually, if we go to the site, you're going to see it already kicking in. That's this alter text is kicking in, that enter keywords. There's lots more you can do. It's just illustrating a very simple example of how to kind of extract how you're going to alter your form into a YAML file, and then it is doing, if we look at the code, it's just doing a merge. Ready? It's nested array merge, and it's merging in those values that are stored in that file. I also have it set up for views, which is right here, and where it also allows you to alter expose form filters, and it even goes a little further to let you alter them by the name of the view or even the display. This is also doing that for the title attribute of the main content search, which is very easy to access. If I click here, you'll see enter a title. That's it for this demo. This is a very simple module. I'm just trying to kind of establish a standard way to store custom config in custom modules. That's all it does. Please provide any feedback, questions. If there's any more examples you'd like me to add, I can do that to the modules issue queue. And thanks again for your time. Take care.